They laughed at the quiet black girl walking her dogs, but seconds later, they were screaming for help. What her German shepherds did next left everyone in shock. You won't believe how it ended. It was a quiet Saturday afternoon when Maya took her usual walk through the park, her two German shepherds, Titan and Nova, trotting faithfully beside her. The sun filtered through the trees, and the breeze carried the scent of freshly cut grass. Maya, a 17-year-old black girl with a calm but confident demeanor, had grown up in this neighborhood. She wasn't just any teenager, she was the daughter of a K-9 unit officer and had been training with her dogs since childhood. Her bond with Titan and Nova was unbreakable, built on years of loyalty, discipline, and mutual trust. Dressed in a hoodie and jeans, Maya looked like an ordinary girl to most. But under that quiet exterior was someone with razor-sharp instincts and fierce protection. The park was mostly empty, except for a few joggers and a vendor at the corner. Everything felt normal, until three unfamiliar men began trailing her. At first, she brushed it off, assuming it was a coincidence. But Maya's instincts, just like her dogs, were sharp. She subtly glanced back and saw the men whispering, laughing, and looking directly at her. They weren't dressed like joggers or locals. One of them even pointed at her backpack and smirked. Titan let out a low growl, his ears standing upright. Nova mirrored the same stance, her eyes locked on the figures behind them. Maya kept walking, adjusting her pace slightly. She whispered a command under her breath, steady. Her dogs immediately calmed, staying alert but composed. The men were getting bolder now, picking up their pace to close the distance. Maya led her dogs toward an open clearing where more people might be nearby. She had no intention of becoming a victim, and these men had no idea who they were messing with. "Hey, girl. That's a nice backpack. Why don't you hand it over?" one of the men shouted. Maya didn't respond. She didn't flinch. But Titan and Nova both stopped and turned with her. The men laughed. "Ah, what's she gonna do? Sick her puppies on us," another sneered. They had no clue these puppies were fully trained protection dogs, used to working with law enforcement and practicing controlled aggression. Maya calmly said, "You really don't want to do this." Her voice was firm, but polite. The leader of the group chuckled. "We've got knives. What do you have?" Maya simply said, "Loyalty." She whispered another word, "Guard." In a split second, Titan stepped forward with a deep, thunderous bark that echoed across the clearing. Nova positioned herself between Maya and the nearest men, her stance low and ready. The robbers froze, suddenly unsure. Maya kept her voice level. "Last warning. Turn around and walk away." The men with the knife didn't listen. He took one step closer, and Titan lunged with a warning snap just inches from the man's hand. The growl that followed sounded like a beast from a nightmare. Nova barked so fiercely that one of the other men stumbled backward in fear. Passers-by nearby turned their heads, startled by the chaos. Maya hadn't moved an inch. The robbers started to realize they had made a mistake. One of them muttered, "Yo, these dogs are trained." But pride got in the way. The leader shouted, "She's bluffing. Grab her." That was the last straw. Maya gave a single, sharp command, "Defend." With stunning speed, both dogs responded. Titan charged forward, knocking the leader off his feet. Nova went for the one with the knife, clamping her teeth on the man's arm just hard enough to disarm, but not injure. The screams started instantly. The third man tried to run but tripped and fell face first on the grass. Titan turned and growled, making sure he stayed down. Maya walked calmly to the scene, phone in hand, already dialing 911. Her voice was steady. "Yes, I need police at Greenway Park. 3 men attempted to mug me, but my dogs have them detained." Titan kept the leader pinned with a firm paw on his chest while Nova stood guard over the man bleeding from his hand, now wailing in panic. Within minutes, sirens could be heard in the distance. Bystanders had started filming, some cheering for Maya and her dogs. The robbers were too stunned to speak, completely overwhelmed by what had just happened. The girl they mocked had turned the tables with quiet strength. They had picked the wrong girl. Police arrived and immediately recognized Maya and her dogs. Officer Daniels, who had trained Titan and Nova alongside Maya's father, nodded in approval. "These guys didn't know who they were messing with," he said as officers cuffed the suspects. The dogs backed off as soon as Maya gave the "stand down" command. Nova sat beside Maya while Titan walked in a circle around her, still alert but relaxed. The officers praised her composure. "You handled that like a pro," one said. Maya just smiled slightly and said, "They shouldn't have laughed." Her words were simple, but they held weight. The robbers were led away, humiliated and defeated. The video of the event went viral within hours. The caption read, "They taunted the wrong girl, her dogs were not playing games." People across social media hailed Maya as a hero. Animal trainers praised the discipline and control shown by Titan and Nova. News outlets requested interviews. Maya politely declined most, preferring to keep her life private. She didn't want fame. She only wanted others to know, never underestimate someone because of how they look. Especially not someone with loyal protectors by their side. Her story inspired many young girls, especially in her community. Self-defense classes saw a rise in enrollment after her story aired. At school, Maya was met with admiration and curiosity. Students and teachers alike wanted to know more about her dogs. She gave a small demonstration at a local youth event, explaining the importance of discipline, training, and trust. Titan and Nova obeyed every command flawlessly. "They're not just pets," she told the crowd. "They're partners." Parents thanked her for setting such a strong example. Maya didn't boast or brag, she spoke with humility and quiet confidence. Behind every bark and growl was years of training and a bond stronger than fear. People started to look at her differently, not with pity or prejudice, but with respect. Weeks later, Maya went for another walk through the same park. Titan and Nova trotted by her side, calm as ever. This time, people greeted her with smiles, not suspicion. She had made her mark, not through violence, but through calm courage and control. The memory of the robbers had faded, but the message remained. Never judge someone by their appearance. Never assume weakness in quietness. Maya wasn't just a girl with dogs, she was a protector, a force, a symbol of strength. And her German shepherds? They remained ready, not just to strike, but to stand firm against injustice. Together, they walked on.